You are a fearless person. You are a person who should be confronting and just keep adjusting into different areas, different situations, different circumstances that life puts you in. You shouldn't be having this emotion that is brought into fear. Fear is nothing but a short illusion. It's nothing but illusion because illusions never last. Illusions just show up and creates its own purpose, and at the end of the day, it entangles with you forever. If having fear is like having an attachment into a thing where it's always gonna hold you back. You're always gonna hold yourself back if you have fear. Fear does not exist because nobody had fear when the world was created. God, the universe, the world, right? And so when you show fear, you show insecurities. And when you show insecurities, it shows that you truly don't love yourself, right? And that is the truth within you having fear and all the things in life and regarding the concepts, right? So look, redefining fearlessness, right? Acknowledge the fear while choosing not to be controlled by it. It's okay. Having fear is a normal emotion. But what I'm trying to say is that it's not real. Because fear does not last to you forever. It is just an emotion. You are not your emotion, you are yourself. Right? So when you let fear take over your mind, you're basically letting your own pedestal stop the brake, and now you're basically just holding yourself back. You're being paralyzed. You're being this person that is not your usual self, and that's what's stopping you from you being yourself, but now attaching yourself into an emotion. You are not yourself when you have fear. You are a person who has fear. That is why in a certain illusion, whenever you have fear, does it last forever, right? Does it last forever? No, it doesn't last forever. So what I'm trying to say is that by me redefining fearlessness is that you need to acknowledge the fact that you're gonna have fear, right? Everybody has fear, even me, right? Everybody has fear for a lot of things, but I know the difference between me controlling my own fear or just simply enough letting it happen to me, letting my fear control me and doing actions based on fear. I do not want to contribute into fear, because if you contribute into fear, you will receive fear. If you make actions towards fear, you will receive back fear, right? You never want to play tangle back with fear. Fear is a powerful emotion, which is entanglement, and that's why I want to talk about it, right? Spiritual empowerment, inner alignment, realizing that fear is temporary. What I was saying, fear does not entangle you forever, right? It's just a temporary feeling. So when you're connected to yourself and you realize who you are truly, you will realize that fear is just a simple emotion that is trying to get in your head, right? That is the way I look at fear. I look at fear as this negative thing. I look at fear as something that, I have to respect. I respect fear and I don't want to entangle with it. I just want to be distant from fear. I want to back up some space from fear. I want to just have myself. Oh, fear is coming my way. You know what? I respect you so much, fear, that I just want to entangle on myself. I don't want to entangle on fear, but rather on myself. That is truly knowing how to be compatible with your own self and mastering your own space. That's how you have to be in the spiritual empowerment. The inner alignment is always going to make the correct choices and the correct emotional status for your own brain, which is your mental state, right? So look, mindset of abundance. Shift your mindset from what you can go wrongly from having fear to what can be gained from taking that action, and no matter what's going on, I still have fear, right? So typically when we are in this state of fear, we always think of the worst possible case. We always think to ourselves, oh my gosh, like a lot of things can go bad wrongly here. I'm in a panic state. I don't know what to do. I can't control myself. I'm so desperate to do something, but I don't know what to do. I can't move. I can't do this. You're in a panic state. You need to realize whenever you have those situations, you need to just relocate everything, bring back all those negative thoughts, bring them back, ignore them, and just come back with a positive thought. It's simple. People overcomplicate their brains. People overcomplicate their own problems. You need to master and know how to regain focus, right? If your car is driving by itself, if you have the option to just make it stop right now or just let it keep going, what will you do? You will make it stop right there, right? So why is it whenever your mind is going all over the place, you keep it going? If anything, you're making it worse by adding attention into it, by adding more emotions to it. Okay, now I'm in fear, now I'm in worry, now I'm stressed, now I'm overthinking, now I'm sad. Like, all these things are meant to bring you down. That is why fear can always put you in the wrong situation than rather in the better situation. You're best to be in the position where now you are in fear, but rather be more calm, be more collected, and be this person that nothing around you can overcome who you truly are, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say you're this person who is trying to help other people, give them advice, right? You give them gospel about the Bible, you give them advice about God, about the truth in the Bible, right? But there's people, right? There's citizens. There's some citizens that are antichrists. They don't relate to God. They don't believe in it. Blah blah blah. Right? You know the whole concept. All these people who are giving you negative thoughts. All these people who are talking behind your back. Right? You are showing a way to prove something a good service, but there's other people trying to prove that you're doing a bad service. So if you're thinking to yourself, right? Oh my gosh, like, maybe what I'm doing is wrong. Maybe this is not something I should do, right? Some people think like that, right? But if you don't think like that and you automatically know, no, I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna stand my ground. I don't care if it's the whole world against me. I'm gonna show my worth. I'm gonna show my value, because what I do and what I say is typically true and something that is connected with wisdom, right? So what I'm trying to say is that having that self-trust will automatically eliminate your mindset from thinking what anything can go wrong, but rather by thinking that everything that can be gained. If I do this and I talk to these people, I can change their perspectives. I can overturn their perspective. I can turn them go and be attached into the Bible, be connected with God, right? But if you rather think to yourself, oh no, if I stop right here, right, I don't know, like all these people are going against me, I'm scared. No, that's not the right way to do it, right? And that's not the right way to think, if I say so, right? So, look, courage is practice. Fearlessness is not a trait, but a habit that can be developed. You need to realize that sometimes people can't control it. And it's normal because they have experienced fear all along their lives, right? It's something that's natural for them, right? So every time they see something that triggers that emotional state, they don't know what to do. But if you come to an awareness that fear can be developed, if you slowly just stay connected into that emotion rather than trying to let it control you, but rather become in balanced form, now you can actually regain focus, regain your emotional state, and even when you're in fear, you will be yourself. That's all it is. By you connecting with fear, right? Connecting with fear, even though fear is something bad to have, what I'm trying to say is that sometimes fear just comes within us, in the way we grew up, the way our brain has been programmed to be. But if you start learning how to control that, you will start changing your patterns in your brain. Instead of it being programmed to think fear automatically when you get a certain situation or specific circumstances, your brain will automatically dislocate itself from that problem and now think itself, you know what? This doesn't scare me no more. You know what? I'm bigger than this, You know what? I'm staying strong on what I do. Blah, blah, blah. Moving forward, and you keep going on the things that you want to do, right? Fear as a guide. Fear points out at areas for growth. You need to realize that sometimes fear is put you in an uncomfortable situation purposely, right? It's testing you. It's testing your mentality. It's testing your self-love, your self-care, your self-growth, and your self-trust, right? I keep saying self-trust because self-trust is basically having the compatibility to become yourself in every situation. When you have the self-trust, your confidence and your self-esteem will never be breakable with the situations that you have around yourself and the emotions that are trying to get within you, right? So when you have fear as a guide, when you're looking at that point, right? You're looking at it like this. Let me give you an example. Let's say I am a content creator, and right now I am in fear to post a video, right? I'm in fear to post a video, right? I want to try something new. I want to do this. I want to do that. Excuse me, but I'm automatically thinking that I'm negative, right? I'm automatically thinking negative thoughts. People talking bad about me. I'm overthinking. So now I'm already creating an illusion into my expandatory future. But the future doesn't. I don't even know what the future is. But I'm already adjusting the future in my own reality because I believe it is so much that it's affecting my present moment. So when you start thinking like that, your own fear is getting over yourself. So what you need to start doing, going back into a mindset of abundance. Shift your mindset and eliminate the going wrong path, but now going in the right path. Okay, if I post this video, people are gonna love my content because they love my personality. People love my ideas and people love my creation. That is the shift of the mindset of abundance. Now you're not just thinking, you're thinking about fear, but the difference is that two people confuse fear, right? Fear can also be a thing that can push you in a positive way and give you much more growth and put you in a much more better, spacious environment. Or rather, you can always think it about the negative way, which is the wrong way. People think to themselves that fear is something that's bringing them down. Fear is something that's holding them back. No. When you think like that, you're automatically being defeated by a certain emotion. You're being defeated by a feeling that is not yourself. Like I was mentioning, you are not your emotion, you are your purified self. So don't think out of fear, but rather think for yourself. Right? So, story of overcoming fear. Going back to that example, before I started creating videos, I was fearful. I was overthinking. I was feeling a feeling of shame because the way where I loved the idea of making videos, but I never wanted to post. I was scared that I was gonna get hate. I was scared that people were gonna overdown me, talk bad about me, leave me, be distant from me, right? And certain stuff like that always put a break into my successful potential, right? But now I'm starting to realize that, sometimes the world works in a way where it's always trying to bring you at the lowest state, and I never accepted that. I never wanted to accept that. It came to a point where I didn't want to accept all this negativity. I didn't want to accept all these things that I wanted to come in my way that are bringing me down and holding me back. I didn't accept it. So one day, I just said, fuck it. Like, I don't care what happens. What happens, right? All I know is that I love doing this. All I know is that I'm gonna get better. All I know is that I love what I'm doing. And I have passion behind this. And no matter what, I'm gonna keep bringing myself and keep growing as an individual to be the best sensei out there, right? So that is one of the stories that I overcame fear, right? I overcame the fact that I didn't care what anybody think. I didn't care about the overthinking situations that I adjusted, but rather I created my own reality. No, I don't care what my fear self thinks. I care what I think. Myself right now, when I'm just relaxed, calmly, composed, right? I'm not expecting anything bad coming to me. There's nothing coming back to me, right? There's nothing bad coming to me, right? When you expect something bad coming out of fear, that's when things come shifting it differently, because you're expecting something and you believe it is so much that it's kind of creating your own reality. That's why people tend to manifest things that they don't want to manifest, which is unnecessary problems, unnecessary people, unnecessary ex, unnecessary boyfriends or girlfriends, or necessary lust. Everything just compiles with things that you think of and things that you want. But do you truly want them? Ask yourself that. Do you truly want them? Right? So look, one of the things that also helped me is visualizing success. Beyond fear, seeing and use visualization techniques to see success. Always thought to myself, right? Like, if I do this, like, nothing can stop me. Like, nothing can make me fail. Nothing can make me hesitate. Nothing can make me procrastinate ever again. Because once I start doing that, once I start posting videos, once I start acting like I'm a content creator, right, and I keep reminding myself of who I am, nothing can hold me back. And that was the real deal. Like, I still think to myself, like, I'm a content creator. No matter what, I get paid for my talents. I get rewarded for my skill, right? I help people. I bring them service or wisdom, and I become the best sensei for them to become the best potential human self that they can be, so they can return the favors and help and grow the environments, all the unhealed environments, all the things that are holding people back to do, right? That is the success that I've seen, and that success had so much power. That success, that vision right there, had so much complacement with the mindset that I had. It had so much scenarios that I always imagined to myself where I'm gonna make this happen no matter what. Like I am. Like this is inevitable. I'm gonna do this, right? And now I was just slowly becoming and transforming my mindset, not to think to itself on fear, but rather on success. That is a shift. That is that amazing shift that all people need. But sometimes people don't know how. People, all they learn was feeling fear was just something that's normal, something that's natural. It's not natural, right? It's just a pure illusion. Fear, the only reason why it exists is to hold you back. Is to hold you back from your true self and make you someone different, right? Just as how you will be different if you were sad. Just as how you will be different if you were mad, right? Or if you were stressed, right? But yeah, having a community and connection, love is your own teacher, right? So once you start realizing that love is the only particular thing that can push you forward, you need to love who you are. You need to love your environment. You need to love fear. You need to love all your emotions. You need to love and embrace everything. Because once you start loving everything, you will respect everything in the way you want to be respected. Now that you give so much love into fear, fear will love you back. Sometimes it will not even come to you when it doesn't need to, when it wants to, right? Since you and fear love itself so much, what would fear bother you? What will fear make you some sort of way? Feel some sort of way, right? What would it bring you down? Since you're respecting fear, right, and you becoming distant from fear, it will never entangle with you no more. That is why it's so important for you to analyze yourself and truly love the things that you love, right? Love is a powerful key for everything. It brings everything together. It brings everything to a string and now to a root, and it keeps growing, right? That is why you have to become the best person you can be. Alright? If there's things that you haven't healed on, if there's things that have traumatized you, if there's things that you've been stressing about, simply just love the fact that you have that state and keep evaluating your own process, your own growth. Keep focusing on yourself. That is the only reason how humans evolve. The gift of life is that you become a better person every day, every second, and every minute, and every hour. Anytime. Time doesn't exist. It just exists because of this program world, right? But look, man, I'll leave it up to that. It's Fredo Saga. Live your own truth to create your own saga, man. I leave the dimension expansion with some new game, but rather just implement it to the real world. There's nothing that's different if you never implement what I'm saying and what's best for you, right? But yeah, go check out my other socials. Check out my Instagram, my TikTok. I'll be posting there daily. I also do coach. Stay in contact with me, and my link tree is on my profile bio on my YouTube channel. It's my link tree or so, and just stay in contact with me, man. If y'all need any advice, if y'all need any help, stay in touch with me. I'm happy to help you. But yeah.